Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of GoGetEmSports Live. I'm your host, Adam Danis. My co-host, Shane Williamson, will be here shortly. Today, obviously, we got a Week 11 slate in the NFL. Lamar Jackson news just came out. We got Packers, Vikings in Minnesota. Should be a great game. Raiders, Bengals at 4 o'clock. No Kyler Murray today for the Cardinals, but we'll get right into it right here, right now on GoGetEmSports Live. Welcome back, guys. Another episode of GoGetEmSports Live. My boy Shane Williamson ready to hop into this Week 11 slate. What's going on, buddy?
Slate stinks.
This slate's probably the worst one we've had so far in the NFL season, but it's all right. We still got football to talk about, football, NFL. Some breaking news just came out before we went live today. We'll jump right into this right now. Lamar Jackson inactive today versus the Bears in Chicago. I believe the line was 5.5 before the injury notice. Don't think it's going to change too much. And they expect him to be out today with an illness. What's your take on today's game, Shane?
I thought this game was a trap to begin with, but now that Baltimore is going to be without Lamar, I'm even more so on the Bears than I was before.
Okay, Bears at 5.5 right now.
Bears went outright.
Bears went outright. Wow.
Tyler Huntley is not going to be able to move the ball down the field.
We've seen Tyler Huntley do some pretty cool things when he's in there. Like he's kind of like a Taylor Heineke type of player. But yeah, I don't think he does too much against this Bears defense in Chicago. Tough place to play. Cold weather in November. I mean, he's probably been with the ones all week, but still, I don't see him doing much.
Lamar practiced a couple days ago, like fully normally. He was taken off the injury report, then he was put back on it.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing lines at -6, -4. I see some -2 at the win. Those are probably adjusted just now for the injury for the illness. You gotta take the Bears in this situation at home, low scoring game. Kind of a snooze fest, and this is what the slate's gonna be all day. I think most of the day.
At least the 1 o'clock games.
Yeah, 1 o'clock game's kind of rough. I lean the Bears with the points here, just because if it's 6, make it 7, maybe by a point, and I definitely lean the under. So maybe a teaser game with the Bears and the under here today. Not too much action in this game, I don't think. Next game is probably the biggest game of the week. Maybe 1 or 2. Green Bay travels to Minnesota in a freeze fest. Obviously, great matchup with Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins here. What do you see today, Shane?
Line's at like 1.5. Don't get it. I don't want to get hooked. Yeah. So just the Packers. I think the Packers are I don't want to say the best, because they're without a lot of people right now. They're the most consistent team in the league. you know what you're gonna get with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and if he has Devontae Adams. Like, for some reason, teams don't want to guard Devontae Adams. They just leave him in single coverage. They let him go for like 10 catches for $150 and 2 touchdowns whenever he wants.
Yeah.
AJ Dillon can step in easily.
Big game for AJ Dillon today.
Instead of it being a committee-style backfield this week, it's probably going to be AJ Dillon getting 80+% of the snaps. He's shown that he can do well with the production he's had before with Aaron Jones, so this should be easy. It's not a primetime game, so Kirk Cousins could be able to do something, but it is also at home. Kirk Cousins has been playing a lot better on the road than he has at home. I personally don't see a lot of scoring in this game. I think the past 7 matchups between the Packers and the Vikings, it has gone to the under. So I'm a big fan of the under. It's at 47.5, I believe, right now. Packers haven't been scoring the ball a lot this season, but their defense has been able to hold people from not scoring even without people like Jair Alexander. So
yeah, if you look at the trends here, the trends of the under for the game. The only problem with the under with this Packers Vikings game is it could be a shootout, which I'm a little worried about. But if you look at Packers games so far this season, to the under, they're 8-2. On the road, it's looking like they are 4-1 to the under. Minnesota at home is 4-0 to the under as well. So it's a big lean to the under for me, but I'm gonna stay away from the over/under today just because it's a big game for Minnesota. It's a must-win game, and unfortunately, it's a must-win game in Week 11. But they're also 4-5. They got to make it 5-5, or Green Bay is going to run away with this division, which they probably already have. But I would just take the easy game here, just to the Packers. There's just Aaron Rodgers in tough spots has shown to do what he does, and he's going to do it again today. I don't trust Kirk Cousins, even though I like him as a quarterback. I don't trust him against Rodgers. I don't trust him against big games. I mean, it's kind of like Russell Wilson last week. Like Russell Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers is not that good in his career. I don't think Kirk Cousins is much better. So I lean the Packers in the under today. The Packers just the easy play.
Dude, the Vikings, a kick or two, a made kick or two, have the same record as the Packers.
Yeah, totally different look at this game. Totally different look at the division and conference wise. But Packers, man, if they want to seal this division up, which I think they want to do right now, maybe in the rest of their players down the stretch down the way, I think this is a big game for both teams, and I think the better team comes out on top today. So yeah, Packers in the under for me. Next game, pretty interesting game. Bills home against the Colts. Colts again in must-win territory for this team. Tough schedule coming up. Man, plus 7 points here today for the spread. I know Buffalo's been on a tear lately since the debacle with the Jags, but I know you're laying off this game. What do you think personally, though?
I'd lean Bills. I feel like this is a trap. They want people to bet the Colts. They think they want to have these teams look at a closer margin for the spread. Bills, I think, are top 4 team in the league. Colts haven't really done anything against high-level teams this season, and I'm yet to see it. I'm sorry, don't believe in Carson Wentz. He hasn't shown to me he's a good quarterback. Bills are top in the league at defending the run, so that should stop Jonathan Taylor from the tear he's been on, or at least halt him. Colts defense isn't as good as what people think. Diggs and company could have a day. I am a fan of the Bills.
Yeah, and the Colts just lost it. I think is Leonard out today?
That's a good question. You talk while I figure
No,
that
he
out.
got hurt. He got hurt last week. We saw him get not carted off, but taken off the field late in that game last week. While Shane's looking that up,
he is playing.
All right, he's playing, but he's gonna be banged up, so he might not be a huge factor in today's game. Colts on the road, 3-1 against the spread. the problem is with that is that the Bills at home are also pretty good. And they're 5-3 straight against the spread straight up, 2-1 at home. Towards the cover here, margin of victory of 17.5 points at home. So, like I said, it's so easy to take the Colts here just because it's a touchdown. You make it 7.5, it's a touchdown and a half. But the Bills are one of these teams where you can get blown out at any team. If Josh Allen's on today, if Josh Allen's Josh Allen that we've seen before, this could be a 35-14, 35-17 type of game against this Colts secondary. That's been kind of wishy-washy so far. So, yeah, we both lean the Bills here, even though I would love to take the Colts, but can't do it today. Next game, like, who gives a crap?
Browns
Lions
minus
Browns.
$1 million.
Shane obviously going with the Browns today.
If Tim Boyle beats the Browns, this is typical Lions. They're gonna win their first game of the season without Jared Goff. It's gonna be fucking Tim Boyle under center against Cleveland. It's like, if it happens, I'm gonna lose my mind, but it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah. I see -10, -13 lines. I mean, it's 2 touchdowns. Can the Lions cover 2 touchdowns with Tim Boyle? Man, I don't know.
You wouldn't want to think so.
You would not want to, just because like they can't do it with Jared Goff. So
the problem is there's no tape on Tim Boyle, so you don't know. Nobody knows.
The tape they have is pretty
him.
bad. So.
Well, no, he hasn't started a game.
I know, but what we've seen from him in college is dreadful. I watched him at UConn. He's god-awful.
Roast.
He's an interception machine. So if you want a prop today, I'd say whatever Tim Boyle is to throw a pick, I don't care if it's like -600, they should lay the 600. He's still on a pick today.
Could win like $2.
Yeah. So I obviously lean Browns here. Browns are probably in a lot of parlays today. But yeah, Browns with the points, and I probably lean the under just because I don't see the Lions scoring too many points on this Browns defense. And if the Browns do let up a lot of points today, man, God bless the city of Cleveland. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, Lions look to take on the Browns with Tim Boyle, former UConn quarterback, at the helm today. Next one is kind of an interesting one to watch. I wouldn't say to bet on. Ron Rivera travels back to North Carolina to face the Panthers today against his former MVP Super Bowl quarterback in Cam Newton.
The double revenge game. This isn't often you see this. It's a double-edged sword here.
Yep.
But seeing it is Cam Newton's first game back in Carolina, this place, if there was a roof on this stadium, it would not exist. Because this place is going to be hectic. Taylor Heineke, I think, probably did all that he could last week because that game meant a lot to him, getting revenge against the Bucs. I think this is a letdown spot for the Washington football team. Fans are probably going crazy because like, oh, we beat the fucking Bucs. Oh yeah, and then you're gonna go to Carolina and lose. Sorry.
Yeah, typical down the earth spot for the Washington football team here today. I mean, Cam Newton. Like, I just watched the Sunday Countdown show this morning before I was prepping for today's show and prepping for our picks today. Like, Randy Moss. I got a lot of respect for you because you're a Pats guy and you were on the Pats and you did pretty well with us. Didn't win a Super Bowl, but you played pretty well. Randy Moss today on Sunday NFL Countdown. They asked him, does the addition of Cam Newton make the Panthers a contender? He said, absolutely. I wanted to throw up. Okay? Teddy Bruschi was right there to back me up, too. Teddy Bruschi said, contender of what? Like, what are they contending for? Last spot?
Middle of the pack.
What they always got, middle of the pack team. Like, do we not remember what Cam Newton was like a year ago? He couldn't throw a 10-yard pass. Now they're talking about him as a contending Super Bowl quarterback because he ran the ball in once and threw a 2-yard pass.
Dude, he threw a touchdown last week, bro. He had 2 touchdowns in his first 2 plays.
I could throw it. I could have thrown that ball.
I don't know about that one.
Okay. So stop the fucking blasphemy of Cam Newton coming back to the Panthers is a big deal. It's not. He hasn't got a new arm. He's not a robot. He still has the same arm he had last year. He's a year older, okay? Is he fresh? I mean, I hope so. He hasn't played in a year. So, yeah, he's probably fresh, but we've seen fresh Cam Newton before, and it hasn't been anything special. So, do I think the Panthers win today? Yes, because the NFL wants it to happen. The nostalgia of Cam Newton coming back into Carolina and beating Ron Rivera, yes, it's going to happen, okay? Write the script however you want it, but Panthers will win today, and the NFL will go nuts because Cam Newton won his first game back in Carolina, and he's back, right? He's back. I'm back. Dude, you suck. But Panthers will win today just because of the fact that the NFL wants it to happen. So, Panthers by 30 plus.
I don't know about that. I'd like the under in this game.
Yeah, I mean, two teams who don't put up points at all, 2 teams with dreadful offenses, 2 teams who should be good defenses.
Washington's defense is playing better as of late, even though they just lost Chase Young last week. And then the Panthers defense has been good for most of the season.
So, yeah, we lean the Panthers in the points here. Chris McCaffrey receiving prop. Probably going to play today. I haven't looked at what it was. Shane, you probably know what it is.
They got 45.5, 46.5. That is just too damn low.
Take it. Next game, let's see. Another snooze fest of the games is what the whole 1 p.m. slate is. Texans travel to Texas.
I got something to say about this game.
Okay.
I'm leaning the Texans and the points. I think the Titans are overlooking. Like, they're looking past this game because they play the Patriots next week. That's a big game for the AFC. I think they can easily beat the Texans. I don't think they care how much they beat them. Main man Tyrod Taylor is back. I think the Titans don't go 100% today because I don't think they're fully focused on this game. Do I think they win? Yes, but do I see this being like a 20-17 game? Maybe. I think they want to run the ball a lot because they need to establish some kind of run game to go for the rest of the season, and they haven't had one the past couple of weeks. They almost lost to the Saints last week with Trevor Siemian at quarterback. Do I think Tyrod's better than Trevor Siemian? Yeah. So
but is the team better?
Texans defense, it's below average, but it's not the worst. And I think offensively they have more than what the Saints do. Because they played the Saints without Kamara last week. And then out of who's left, who's the best player, you have Brandon Cooks, who historically has been doing really well against the Titans. Tyrod, I believe, covers this week. I don't know if my co-host... Oh, no, he's back. Hey, you're muted, buddy. Hello? No, I still can't hear you, bitch.
There you go. What's the spread today?
I think 10.
I see a lot of teaser lines today, and I think that becomes trouble. But I mean, if you tease the
Texans,
the Texans to 17. I mean, we've seen Tyrod play pretty well in big moments like this before, but we also seen him throw 3 picks.
That was his first game back last week. I'm not gonna Russell Wilson didn't play good his first game back either, so I'm not taking it with too much.
Yeah. All right, another 1 o'clock games this week. This game sucks. Only
Go
game I'm really
Niners.
interested is the Packers game right now. The rest of these games, maybe the Colts and the Bills, but like Panthers. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Panthers game just because of Cam Newton's back. I want to see him in that jersey again. But like Ravens, Bears, no Lamar, no thanks. Lions, Browns, no thanks. This game, no thanks. No Henry, no Derrick Henry, no. I'm all set. Another game, like 49ers, Jags. Who made this effing schedule? This is
Okay,
god
well,
awful.
I also don't think they anticipated some of these teams being how they
God,
are
dude,
right
this is
now.
so bad. Like 49. Okay, here we go. 49ers travel to Jags. They're gonna whoop their ass and then they're gonna move on. Like what else do we have to say here?
Yeah, go Niners.
Niners will win.
Yeah,
Niners by
Niners.
10 today. Trey Lance
Love the
probably sees the
Niners
field
in
at
this
some
spot.
point.
Although this could be another letdown spot. I
Could be.
started
The
thinking about that
the
because they
Niners are
just beat
just
the
so
Rams.
wishy-washy.
They just
Exactly.
beat the,
They go
so like that
they
could,
go up
I
to
don't
heaven. They go up to heaven 1 week and they come back down to earth the next. I mean, the Jaguars could win this game. Literally, I think it happen. So I'm not betting it. I'm leaning off it. I like the under here today.
I would lean the Niners.
Lean the under here. Jaguars at home to the under. I think it's 5-0. So I lean the under here. Jaguars been playing pretty tough defense as of late. They held the Colts down a little bit. They held the Bills down to fucking like 0. So I lean the under here. I lean the San Fran team total. I think it's at 21 or 20.5. Lean the under there as well. Oh, anything you want to say about this? Great game.
I like the over.
You don't like shit.
No, wait, no, listen. The past like 5 Jets games have had like over 50 to 60 points. And that's because they're allowing like 50 to 60 points.
Exactly.
But so why wouldn't I like that in this spot? This is the perfect spot for the Dolphins offense to try to figure something out. And
Is
if
Tua
you
playing?
got your boy Joe Flacco on the other end.
Tua's playing?
Tua is playing.
Okay, so take the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's only 3.5. I know.
I don't know. The slate is the most we came back to the most boring slate ever. Like this is probably the worst 1 o'clock slate I've seen in my career watching football. This is
The 4 o'clock slate though is
this game's not too bad. Now this is the game where you like something and I like the same thing. We both like the Saints here. I like the Saints outright, and here's why: the Eagles at home
stink.
Awful. Eagles at home straight up, I think, or haven't won a game yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think they've won either.
Eagles at home are, let's see right here. Eagles at home are 0-4. They lost margin of almost a touchdown.
There you go.
So I just like the Saints straight up. They played the Tennessee Titans pretty tough last week in Tennessee. They traveled to Philly again today, East Coast. It didn't bother them last week. Shouldn't bother them this week against a worse team. I think that defense could cause some problems for Jalen Hurts. Saints outright, I think.
All right, this is a take I have on this game. Once Miles Sanders got injured, they decided to become a run-heavy team. And that's what's been winning them games. And being able to run the ball. I don't know why it took them forever for them to figure out that they can run the ball. Miles Sanders come back this week. So now I think they don't like the way he runs the football. Or they don't think he's the greatest at running the football. So I feel like they might transition back to passing more. And they're going against the Saints. Good defense. They might not be able to run against them. So they might be forced into passing. And I think they're going to start losing this identity, which I think they should be sticking with for the rest of the time as long as they have Jalen Hurts. You have a mobile quarterback. Let's run the ball. So I love the Saints here. No reason to not like the Saints.
Yeah, I think Saints outright is plenty of value for you at plus 120. If you want to play it safe, I'd say take the points at 3. But I mean, I think I love the Saints outright. I mean, yeah, Saints outright today. After that loss last week. All right, 4 p.m. slate gets a little better here. This game I'm so undecided on. Bengals travel to Las Vegas. Big game for the Bengals.
I'm so conflicted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Raiders have had some bad news in the press the past 6 years. But the Bengals need to win this game. Joe Burrow need to put them on their back, win this game on the road, and try to keep contention with the Ravens in the division. The Ravens look like they're going to maybe lose today, so a huge game for the Bengals to win and catch up for them on them. Steelers look like they might lose tonight as well in LA against Justin Herbert, which is a must-win game for them as well. Both teams on that slate. We'll get into that later. But I think the Bengals win here today. Is it going to be pretty? No. The Raiders are one of those. The Raiders are one of those teams where it could just blow up in your face and they could just take over this game. The problem is that it was with John Gruden, and this team without John Gruden doesn't really have an identity. Doesn't really have any like fight or a spark to them. I don't see much lately. And then all this bullshit news and releases and arrests by their players, just it's not a good look for them. So I lean the Bengals here, just 'cause I think Joe Burrow is going to put them on their back today. I think I like the points here as well. So I like the Bengals and points.
I like the Bengals, but the problem is this line has shifted so much since the start of the week. Yeah. Bengals started out +3. And now it is at what, -1.5, 2, 1, something like that.
Yeah, the public took over that +3 line and brought it down. And I think the sharps will get it later and drop it down to like, or bring it back up to like 2 or 3 to the Bengals. So if you want to get this line now at 1.5 before like 12:30, 12:45, get it now. Bengals, just take the money line. I don't see Derek Carr winning today against this Bengals tough D. Raiders, not much really to play for anymore, I don't think. I think they're out of it. The Chargers and the Chiefs both ahead of them. So must-win game for the Bengals, and I just like Joe Burrow in the spot. So
whoever loses this game out of the playoffs, out of contention entirely. Yeah, thanks.
Pick City's where it's at. What's up, Steve? All right, next game we got gets a little better here. Cowboys at the Chiefs. Everyone's all over the Cowboys here with the points just because of what we've seen with the Chiefs here. Shane, we're gonna keep this one off the slate. Okay, we're gonna hold this one to our personal views, and we're gonna tell you if you want this pick, go ahead, travel to pickcity.com, hit the link to GoGetEmSports, and choose the daily whale package. Once you buy that, if it's around $10, hit me up on Twitter at GoGetEm_sports or on Instagram at GoGetEmSports, and we'll get you started. But this is one of our premium plays today. We have 2 of them. This is one of them. We already gave one of them out for free. So if you want the second one, you need to hit us up on Twitter or Instagram or hit the link in Pick City's description. Travel to pickcity.com, hit the GoGetEmSports tab, buy our picks. If you don't cash today with us, you get next week free. So pretty confident, 2 huge plays in the slate today. Last 3 weeks, whale players are 4-0, haven't lost a single bet. So we're on a hot streak right now. Get into it. All right, next game. Cardinals at the Seahawks. This would be a much better game if Kyler Murray is obviously playing, but Russell Wilson back after that shit show of a performance last week. It was his first game back, but man, that looked pretty bad. I think I see a big bounce back spot for the Seahawks today. What do you see, Shane?
I'm all over the Seahawks. Even if Kyler was playing, I would still be on the Seahawks.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, how can you not take Seattle in this spot?
Home. Cardinals might be on their 3rd string quarterback because I don't know.
Even their 2nd string.
I mean, Colt McCoy, he beat the Niners. Like the Niners and Seahawks are kind of on a similar level team-wise.
Seahawks are better with Russell.
Yeah.
But
like their defense is just putrid.
Seahawks and a lot of parlays today, probably with the Browns and probably the Bucs later on. But I see the Browns winning this. Do I see them covering? Seahawks winning this. Do I see a backdoor cover by the Cardinals possibly? I like the under here as well, just because Russell, second game back, fingers probably not 100%. Did he put up 4 touchdowns today? I don't think so. I think it's a 23-14, 23-17 type of game. maybe even 23-10 type of game. So I see the under and the Seahawks winning today. Another one of those games where you just kind of know what's going to happen. Not really worth watching. There's really like 3 games I'd like to watch it on the slate.
Pretty much.
Unfortunately, it's just how it goes sometimes in the NFL. Now this
even that good either.
Yeah, we'll jump right into it right now. So tonight's game, Steelers at the Chargers. We know the Chargers have not been playing well since that Pats blowout. Also, another problem is the Chargers don't play well at home. We saw them get their ass kicked the whole game, basically, and that they were never up against the Vikings really at all last week. Vikings controlled that whole game. So do you lean the Steelers here tonight?
I can't. No TJ Watt, no Minka, no Joe Hayden. You just lost your 3 best players on defense right there.
Yeah, and Steelers before those injuries weren't playing the deep ball pretty well to begin with. So I think Herbert has a huge game tonight in prime time. I think he has maybe a Pat Mahomes game like we saw last week tonight at home. Big game, like I said earlier, must-win game for the Chargers. Now, this is just leans to the point of why the Bengals need to win this game against the Raiders, right? We're going to backtrack a little bit. The Bengals, if they win today, right, you have a possibility of gaining a game on the Ravens and the Steelers. Okay, so that's a huge game for the Bengals.
Actually, if I'm trying to think how the standing would work, the Ravens would move to second. Actually, yeah, Ravens would go to second, Steelers third. Steelers have a tie. Sorry, they are messing everything up.
Yeah, so you have a chance to be at the top of their division if you're the Bengals, and you have a chance to take control. And later on those weeks, it's a huge game, huge game for all 3 of these teams today. I think somehow it goes 1-2. Somehow I don't know who. I think the Bengals win. Could the Ravens still win this game? Of course. I mean, it's the Bears. We've seen the Bears not do shit on offense against this Ravens defense. So I mean, Bengals just need to win today. This is a huge game for the Bengals. I think they pulled out. But go back to the Steelers. Big Ben coming off COVID. Now you say fresh Ben, but he's also out of rhythm. He didn't practice. He practiced this week a little bit, but he didn't play at all last week. So do I think fresh Ben's any better than
coming straight off of COVID?
Yeah, I don't like him in the spot. I don't like their offense against this Chargers defense. Pretty decent secondary. Again, Chargers. This is a must-win game at home for them. It is what it is. It's just how it plays out. They need to win this game at home. Okay, so show your cojones. If you're Justin Herbert, show them why you should be a top 10 quarterback in this league. Show them why you could possibly be a top 5 quarterback in this league. And you got to ball out against this hurt Steelers defense today. I see points put up by the Chargers today. Maybe a team total over. I think it's probably 27.5 probably. I see 4 touchdowns today by the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's my thought process on that. It's 2 must-win games. Bengals and the Chargers today. Next game, Monday Night Football. Giants take on the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. So let me start off by saying this. We've seen Brady against NFC East the past couple of years have not been playing too well against them. He is now 2-8 against the spread since joining the Bucs against the NFC. NFC East, I should say. It's just not a good season. 0-3 this year against them. So it's just not a good look for Brady. Again, Brady on primetime hasn't been the best either. Obviously, the Bucs win this game because they're not going to lose 3 straight. And I don't think Daniel Jones traveling to Tampa Bay in a prime. Don't you dare.
Hey.
Don't you fucking dare.
Daniel Jones' first career game was against the Buccaneers, and he won.
Yeah, he's muted for right now. I can't. No, there's no way Brady is losing 3 games in a row at home on prime time against the Giants, right? It's not going to happen. Daniel Jones is not. Oh, you're muted, by the way, so don't even try talking. Daniel Jones is not beating. Yeah, you see, you're muted. No one can hear you. Daniel Jones is not beating Brady today or tomorrow, I should say. It's not going to happen. Brady is in a ball out against this Giants defense. Okay, you're going to get smacked. The problem is smacked enough to the point. Still don't hear you. Smacked enough to the point where they cover is the problem. I see probably a backdoor cover by the Giants here, just because that's how the NFL does it with the Bucs and Brady.
Backdoor.
How do you unmute yourself?
I hit the mute button.
Oh boy. So I don't see the Bucs covering today or tomorrow night, but I don't see the Giants have any chance of winning.
We look back to last year. It was a 1-point game between these two teams. No Antonio Brown. What shape is Gronk in?
Gronk's playing.
Yeah, but is he in Gronk form? Defense is not what it not what it was last year. The secondary is garbanzo beans bad, and they lost Richard Sherman, which take that for what you will. I don't know how well he's been playing. I think it's a close game, so just take. I would lean Giant points here because it's 10.5, 11, something like that. Could we see a throttling and the Bucs try to get in a right spot after losing 2 in a row? Absolutely, but do I think it happens? No. That's where my thought process is. No bias for my Giants.
Bullshit.
You have them covering too.
I do, but I just because of I don't know. Brady against the NFC East, just I don't know why he's been so bad, but
all right.
We saw it last week.
Hypothetical. Dream world. Giants win by 1 off a field goal at the end of the game. What's your opinion on the Bucs?
What the Giants win?
I said this is a hypothetical situation.
No, there's no hypothetical there. It's not going to happen.
Did we think they were going to lose to the Washington last week?
Yes.
No, you did not. You had Washington covering. You did not have the Washington win.
I thought there's a chance they lose.
So you think there's zero shot that who's better, Washington or Giants?
Giants.
So how do you have Washington beating them and not
just because of the wild card game, Heineke revenge, all trended towards a letdown spot for the Bucs. This is a must-win game for Tampa Bay.
It's also a must-win game for the Giants.
For what reason?
Try to compete for a wild card spot.
Oh my god, dude! No.
What do you mean? They're a game and a half back of a wild.
Man, dude. Sometimes this man pisses me off. Dude, the Giants are not making the playoffs in the NFC East. I'm sorry. In NFC, they're not making the playoffs. They're not. Let me bring this dude in one more time. Shane, you tell me how the Giants are winning making the playoffs this year. Tell me
how they make the playoffs.
Yeah, you tell me how that happens.
All right, Panthers fall off. Do you think the Panthers can maintain? Panthers are a playoff team. They're a playoff team right now. Are they not in the playoffs right now? Are they in the playoffs? Yes or no?
They won't be, but yes, they are.
Okay, so who takes their spot?
Not the Giants.
Who? Give me a team that takes their spot.
Seahawks.
Right. We have the same record as the Seahawks right now.
And you think you're better than the Seahawks?
Do I think what's the Seahawks schedule? Hold on. Do you think they could lose to Washington?
Who?
Seattle.
Who?
Seattle.
No.
Oh, but you think the Bucs can lose to Seattle? Yeah, I'm leaving.
Dude, how that works.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah,
you are ridiculous.
The Giants are not making the playoffs, bro. You want to go over their schedule right now? You want to do this, really?
Can we beat?
Let's go.
Okay, we lose to the Bucs, right?
Let's embarrass yourself right now.
I have the schedule right here.
Let's say you lose.
All right, we lose.
Let's say you lose. All right.
So
Bucs loss. Eagles
win.
Dolphins win. Chargers loss. Cowboys loss. Eagles loss. Bears.
Eagles are garbage.
You're gonna win both of them. You're gonna split.
Bears win. Washington win. So if we finish the season, if the Giants, we lost by 1 at the end of that.
Why are we going on with this right now?
2 or 3 game. If the Giants finish 9-8, You're telling me that couldn't be a playoff team?
All right, who else? You said Panthers are in contention and Seahawks, right?
There's the Panthers. There's I guess the Niners. I don't think we think the Niners make it.
No.
The Vikings. It depends on their schedule.
Okay, well, the Panthers right here. The Panthers in are at home against Washington, win. Miami, win. Home against the Falcons, win. At the Bucs, loss.
They lose their last 4 games.
No, they win one of them.
So
they go 4-3 the rest of the year.
That puts them also at 9-7, and we would hold the tiebreaker over them because we beat them. Ha! God his ass.
I don't know. And then Seahawks, you said they're right there too.
They have the same record as us.
I know their schedule's pretty tough, probably.
They gotta play. It's not the worst.
Okay, they'll beat the Cardinals. They'll beat Washington. They'll beat the Niners. Oh boy, they'll beat the Texans. So that's 4 wins. They'll lose to the Rams. They'll beat the Bears. That's 5-1. 6-1. They'll be 6-2.
So that puts us. That also puts them at 9-7. So then they would come down to tiebreaker stuff again, and we don't play them. Wow. So, the Giants want me to make the playoff. Yeah, get out of here with that garbage,
dude. I just see Giants having a letdown spot sometime.
This team's playing a lot better than it was at the beginning of the season. Just putting it out there.
I mean, sure. It's not really an accomplishment, but anyways, I think Giants cover here. Do they have a chance to win the game now? Shane, no bias. What's the final score today? You mother.
Final score of the Bucs game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Bucs 27. Giants 24. Are you forgetting that last season it was a 1-point game?
I'll see y'all later.
He seems to forget that the Giants literally were on a game winning. The Giants were literally on a game winning drive.
I'm getting a new co-host. Maybe Steve from Pick City come on, but next week we're getting a new co-host.
Adam. Listen. No, you're not going to end this right now. Do you not remember what the score of last year's game was between these 2 exact teams?
Sorry, speak your bullshit one more time. I didn't hear it.
The score of the game last year between these 2 teams, it was a 1-point game. And the Giants should have won the game. You agreed that they should have won last year because there wasn't a pass interference call in the end zone. So why is it crazy for me to say it's a 3-point game? I just need to know why. Because you are a Tom Brady fan. You want to see Tom Brady go for the win 30-7. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. You just don't like hearing factual information.
Are you still talking?
When presented with facts and it's
all right, guys. You have a great Sunday afternoon. Listen. Please bet responsibly. Don't listen to Shane on this Giants takes. It's 100% biased. Shane, we'll catch you next week.
Oh, wait. You want to talk about bias? Mac Jones at top.
Shane, we'll catch you next week on the show. Everybody, please bet responsibly if you are betting today, and we'll catch you next week, next Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, back here, week 12. Catch you guys later.